Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's so nice to have you here today. I believe we've had a good morning so far, and we're all ready for today's session. So, this is what we're going to look at today. We're going to see how you can use marketing tools, how you can use social media to grow your business online. But before we get started with that, if you've just joined us, if you're joining us for this session, please feel free to, introduce yourself and tell us where you're joining us from, right? So introduce yourself, tell us where you're joining us from. If you have a business, what is the name of your business? What does your business deal with? So let us all at least get acquainted with each other. All right. So I'll give us some 5 minutes for introduction and to allow everyone else to join today's session. All right. So if you just joined us, I repeat, you can drop your name in the chat section and introduce yourself and tell us where you're joining us from. Are you in Accra? Are you in Nigeria? Are you in Kenya? Where are you from, right? And what is the name of your business and what does your business deal with, right? So I'll just give us some few minutes. Sorry. So in the chat section, you can see my colleague Lauren. Lauren is already here. She'll be moderating today's session. So basically taking your questions, interacting with you, ensuring that we don't miss any questions that you have or any inquiries. If you feel like you need me to go back to a previous slide, you can, feel free to always let me know because I want us to start on the same page and end on the same page. All right. So I'll give us a few minutes. I'll give us a few minutes to allow others to join in. We're already 2 minutes in. So like we'll start in about 5 minutes, right? I'll say my name when I see some introductions, right? I will introduce myself once I see us introducing ourselves in the chat section. So who is here with us? I can see people are joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you're just joining us, I can see you. Just introduce yourself in the chat section and tell us where you're joining us from. What is your name, right? What is the name of your business? What are you dealing with? You can see I already have Lauren in the chat section. Hi, Larissa. It's nice to have you here again. It's a pleasure to see you again, right? I wish I could put a face to the name. Unfortunately, I'll just have to go with the name, right? So you can interact with Lauren. She'll be moderating today's session, basically taking your questions. I already said that. And also before I start, maybe I think it's cute for me to start. My name is Beryl Okwach. I'm your facilitator for today's session. And what we're going to look at today is using marketing tools and social media to grow your business. So how can you leverage on the different marketing tools to ensure that you're scaling your business, right? You already have your business. You've looked at how you can sell your brand online. You've created your digital marketing plan, right? So now you're getting into marketing tools and social media. How do you leverage on those to effectively grow your business? Larissa, it's nice to see you say that, right? So we'll move on. In this session, I want us to cover three things, right? And I need us that by the end of the session, we'll be on the same page on this. So we're going to look at how you can set up and optimize your Google business profile. So what is the Google business profile, for instance, right? What is it? You need to get an understanding of that. How do you get started with setting it up and how do you optimize it? And then the next thing we're going to look at is planning your digital marketing strategy, right? Now you want to get started with digital marketing, but you need to have a strategy in place. So how do you plan your way around that? And then the last thing is leveraging on social media channels and email marketing, right? So we're maybe on Facebook, maybe we're on Instagram. So how can you manipulate these platforms to ensure that they convert for you? And how do you also get started with email marketing? Those are the three things that you're going to cover in today's session. All right. So before we start, I think this has been talked about even in the previous sessions. We have a boot camp that we've partnered with Google for. It's the Google Hustle Academy. Lauren will post this link in the chat section. So the Google Hustle Academy is a 1 week long boot camp, and we get to train people on, you want to learn how to pitch your business, you want to learn how to improve your revenue, you want to look at the different funding options available for you, whether you have a business idea but you lack the capital, or you're already an established business but you want to scale your business. So how do you go or how do you go about that? You get to learn all these things in the Google Hustle Academy. So make sure you sign up for it. The link will be posted in the chat section by Lauren. Okay. Thank you, Lauren, for that. So also a reminder, if you're joining us, please remember to introduce yourself. Let us know of your presence in this class. So which marketing tools do you currently use? Which marketing tools do you currently use? I understand that, maybe some of us have online businesses, maybe you're on Facebook, maybe you're on Instagram, maybe you have a website. So which tools do you currently use? Let me know in the chat section. Which tools do you currently use? Please drop your responses in the chat section. So which tools do you currently use? Which tools do you currently use? I'm just looking at the chat section to see if we have any responses. Which marketing tools do you currently use? Larissa, do you have a response to that? Which marketing tools do you currently use for your own business? Larissa, do you have a response to that? So it could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, like I said. It could be maybe you've decided on word of mouth, or it could be a website. There's no wrong or right answer. I just want to know if there's, the different tools that we're looking at already before we get into the class. No response. Everyone is so quiet. Everyone is so quiet. Larissa, anyone else who's here? Anyone else who is here? Okay, I guess we'll move on, but please feel free to, drop your response. Feel free to drop your response anytime during the session as we move along. Okay. Now, setting up and optimizing your Google business profile. Remember, we talked about three things we're going to cover. And the first thing we said we're going to look at is setting up and optimizing your Google business profile, right? So the other question I'm going to ask you is, what is a Google business profile? Because I can't just tell you to, learn how to set up your own profile and you don't have an understanding of what the Google business profile is. You need to know what it is about. It's just like in the previous session, I think you were taught about creating a digital marketing plan. So before getting started with the plan, you had to look at the definition of digital marketing. So it's the same thing here. Before we look at, setting up your own profile, you need to get an understanding of what the Google business profile is. So anyone with an idea of what the Google business profile is? Anyone with an idea of what the Google business profile is? Anyone with an idea of what the Google business profile is? There's no wrong or right answer, like I said before. So feel free to drop any response, right? Feel free to drop your response, all right? Let me see if I have any responses. We are all so quiet. We are all very quiet, okay? I don't even know if we are all here. So anyway, the Google Business Profile is a free tool that lets you manage how your business appears on Google search and maps. It is a free tool, you don't pay for it, and it helps you to manage how your business appears on Google search and maps. So you can see at the on my screen, there's that image. Have you ever come across this image when you're making a search on the search engine on Google, right? So of course there are listings that come up, and then there are profiles that come on the right side. So it basically shows the map of location of where a business is, what the business is about, their opening hours, contact details. Some for the well optimized profiles, they even have posts. They make posts on them. Okay, so that is what the Google Business Profile is. Let me see if there are responses that I missed. All right, none. Okay, we'll move on to the next part of our session. Now, how do you engage with customers on Google for free? All right, so you engage with customers on Google for free. That's what the Google Business Profile helps you with. The first thing, you get to attract customers with a great business profile. So depending on how well you've optimized it, you get to attract people on your profile. All right, so when people come to when you have a Google Business Profile, it helps with your brand visibility. All right, you're able to reach out to more people, and most people actually click on the Google Business Profiles when they, if I go online and I make a search for anything, if I'm looking for a phone, if I'm looking for a restaurant. So most of the times, even before I look at the website, if there's a profile, I will click on that first and look at it, look at the photos. So it's a way in which you can get people to get to your profile. And when they come to your profile, if you've linked your profile with your website, you also get the advantage of increased traffic to your website. All right, so that's also an advantage of having a Google Business Profile. The other thing, you get to give customers more ways to reach you. All right, you give customers more ways to reach you, because when you're optimizing your profile, you set up your contact details. Do you understand? You set up your contact details, like I said, you link it with your website, so you increase the chances of how people reach out to you. When they come to your profile, they see your number, and you've indicated that they can call at any time, or they can call to make an appointment or a booking. It increases chances of people reaching out to you. All right, and then the other thing, you get to see how customers connect with your business. So you can look at the analytics of the Google Business Profile analytics. You get to see how many clicks were on your profile, how many people came to your profile, how many calls were made from your profile, how many bookings were made from your profile. So these people came to your profile. Where did they come from? Right? Did they search for your, did they make a search with your business name, or did they make a search with either a product or service that you're dealing with? All right, you're able to understand all these things with a Google Business Profile. So when you're creating a Google Business Profile, there are 5 steps to it. The first thing, you need to understand that you need to have a business name. You don't necessarily need to be a registered business, but you need to have a business name, and you need to indicate what your business does, right? So you can do a small description. Don't let it be too wordy, because most people don't like to read. It's everyone. You don't like to read through things, through a lot of theories. So make it short and sweet. That's it. Sorry, that's the secret. So what is the name of your business, the description of your business, which category is your business in, right? Are you in the hospitality industry? Are you in the tourism industry? Are you in the manufacturing industry? What category is your business in? Sometimes when you're choosing the category, there's a drop down for that. So sometimes when you're choosing the category, you might find that your category is missing. All right, so you can choose the one that's closest to where you fall. So you might be in the hospitality industry, and probably on the drop down there's no hospitality industry. So you can decide to go with tourism, because tourism and hospitality usually go hand in hand. So you can choose a category that's closer to where you fall. Okay, and then you need to add your location. Remember, this takes us back to our description, what the Google Business Profile is. So it increases your visibility on search and maps. All right, so you need to add your location. So most of the time when you're creating a profile, it's usually recommended that you create it at your place of business, because you have to move. When I go back to this slide, you can see that the red pin that shows the exact location. So when you're creating your profile, you have to move that to exactly where you're located, because when you're sending your details for verification, they will ask you for your latitude and your longitude. And the only way you can get this is, when creating the profile, make sure you're at the business location where you're at. Okay, so you add your location. But if you're an online business and you don't have a location, you can include your home address or your office address, but it's not a must to also have a location. It's usually just recommended because most people like to see, does this business have a physical presence, things like that. Okay. But if you don't have an office location, and obviously for privacy purposes, you don't feel like you want to include your home address or your office address, you can just indicate you don't have a location. Okay, so that's also okay. So you need to add your location and then your contact details. How do you want people to reach you when they get to your profile? Do you have a phone number they can call, or they can text, or do you have a website? Do you want them to go to your website? How do you want people to reach you? So you need to indicate your contact details. And at the end of it all, finish and manage your listing. So when I say managing your listing, it's basically being able to edit your profile. If in 1 month or two or in 1 year, you've changed locations, you're able to go to your profile and edit your location. If you've changed phone numbers, you can go back and change your phone number. So that's what I mean by managing your listing. But for you to manage your listing, your profile needs to be verified by Google. Your profile needs to be verified by Google. So after setting up your profile, you need to send your details out for verification. And I think the best thing is we are verification partners with Google, so we can help you with that. The link to setting up your own profile will be dropped in the chat section. And then there's also a form that you can fill in with details for verification. It will also help you with that. So please make sure you copy those links and paste them on your browser. You can look at them after the session. Do you understand? Okay. Larissa, we use Instagram, Facebook for now. Kathleen Ozera from Ghana. We are into agro and organic cosmetics. So welcome, Kathleen. Larissa, I already say hi to you. Kathleen, so I think you're a bit late, but I'll just introduce myself again for you. My name is Berry Lokwach. I'm a trainer at Impactor, and my colleague Lauren is also with me here. She's moderating this session. You can see she's dropping the links. Okay, so you can see that Lauren has posted the link to get started with the Google Business Profile. Make sure if you don't have a profile, you click on it to get started. And there's also a link that you can fill for verification purposes, because you need to verify your listing for you to be able to manage your listing. All right. So we'll get to that. So choosing a way to verify your listing. When you're creating your profile, you have to, you have to choose. You have to send the contacts in which you want Google to reach out to you. Do you want them to reach out to you via email? Do you want them to reach out to you via what is it? Via Google Search Console? Do you want them to reach out to you via phone number, either call or text? It's your choice. So you can send either your phone number, your email address, or your Google Search Console for them to contact you for verification purposes. All right. And it's usually recommended that the owner of the profile is the one that sends their details, because sometimes you might, if I'm creating a profile for Larissa, just hold on. I want to set up sorry, I have to set up my camera. Sorry, just hold on. Sorry about that. I was trying to change my network. So if you can see me well, if you can hear me well, I was having issues with my network. So just confirm in the chat section that you can see me well and you can hear me well. Please confirm with me if you can see me well and if you can hear me well. I was trying to work on my network so that we don't miss anything. All right. So I was talking about choosing a way to verify your listing. So you can decide that Google can reach out to you via phone number, via email address, or via Google Search Console, right? And I was saying, if assuming I'm creating a profile for Larissa, I can't input my details for them to reach out to me, because what if I leave Larissa's workplace and I move to another city or town, and at one point maybe Larissa she has an issue with her profile and maybe she needs support from Google. So how do they reach out to her and they already have my details? Do you understand? So that's why it's important that the owner of the profile inputs their details. All right. And then you can choose verify now or later. So when you're creating the Google business profile, the best advantage is you get a free website alongside the profile. What you have to do is just purchase your domain. So domain is like www.impacther.org. You need to purchase your domain, and it's usually around $4, which is way cheaper than if you decide to get professional website developer to do it for you. So on the left hand side, you can see the listings that are there. There's a point. There's if you can see my pointer, if you go down, you can see there's a website icon. So when you're creating your profile and you don't have a website, you can go to the website icon. There are templates that are there. You can choose whatever templates you want, input your business details, what do you deal with, what are your products or services, customize the templates according to your brand themes or brand colors. All right. So that's also an advantage of the Google business profile. And when you publish, your website also goes live. So I've talked about verification. There's a form that will be dropped in the chat section. I'm aware that Lauren has already posted it. So if you want help with verification, please fill that form. You can also reach out. There's Africa 118. They're also verification partners with Google. And if you need support with your profile, you can always go to support.google.com. They can help you with anything that you need. So why do you need to set up the Google business profile? It's very important to look at statistics. It's very important to look at data that will help in backing that decision. So the first thing, 2.7 times more times businesses are likely to be considered trustworthy. All right. So if you're looking at the legitimacy or the authenticity of a Google business profile, it increases, of why you need to have a business profile. Previous data has showed that it's 2.7 times more likely that you're more likely to be considered trustworthy for having a Google business profile. So why is this? If we look at verification, this takes us back to verification. So when Google verifies your profile, they do a lot of due diligence, right? So they look at, is this business authentic? Where you're located. So they do a lot of background check, and only until they verify that will you be able to, will it be verified. So the more you get higher chances to be considered trustworthy with the Google business profile, and then 70% more likely to attract location visits. So the advantage of the Google business profile, like we said, you get to be visible on either maps or search. So when I go to your profile, I can see where you're located. I can see your pin location. I can get directions to exactly where you're located. All right. So it's easier for people to locate your physical location with a Google business profile, right? So I don't have to call where are you? Where's your business? Can I come? I can just go to your profile, look at your location, check the direction, and navigate my way with Google Maps. All right. And then you're 50% more likely to lead to a purchase. So the more you're considered trustworthy, the more people are likely to purchase from you. Do you get? So what I mean with managing your listing, I said when when your listing gets verified is when you're able to manage your listing. So the first thing to manage your listing, you can log in to your Google business profile. So you can download Google Maps, right? You can go to Play Store and download Google Maps, or you can search for your business name online. So assuming I am Larissa's Organics, I can go online and search. So I'm the owner of Larissa's Organics. So I go online and search for Larissa's Organics. I'm able to manage my listing from there, right? So those are two ways in which you can manage your listing. So you can update your information. Do you have any additional products or services? Do you want to post? Because with the Google Business Profile, you're also able to make posts. And it's very important that you make posts. So imagine I come to your profile and I can see that your previous post was made maybe in 2019. I won't even know if you're still active. I'll be asking myself, did this business die with COVID or is it still around? So it's very important to be consistent with your post. It shows how serious you are as well, all right? So you can add posts if you have promos running, if you have offers running, if you have discounts running, you can include that on your Google business profile. And then you can also view and respond to reviews. All right, so this is with customer support, and this also helps with improving your rating. The more positive reviews you get, the higher your rating is, right? So if I have, assuming I have 5 profiles I'm looking at, and one has a 1 star, the other one 2 stars, the other one 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, I'll obviously would like to reach out to the one with the 5 stars, because it means that they either have a superb service or their products are really, really nice. All right. So it's important to encourage your clients to drop reviews on their Google business profile. So when you're adding your photos, you need to have a logo. What is your logo? If you don't have a logo, you can go to canva.com. Lauren will post the link to Canva in the chat section. So you can go to canva.com to come up with your own logo. All right. So it basically helps with people recognizing your brand. And then for your cover image, you can have an image that depicts what your business is about. So assuming you're a tours and travel company, you can have those tours car as the background. So I'll take a first look at your business profile. I'll know what you're dealing with. All right. If you're a restaurant like Junzi Kitchen, you can input food as your cover photo. So I'm looking at the profile even before I read through what your business does. I have an idea of what it is. And then you can have additional photos. So you can do product image photos. You can take photos of your interior. How does your interior look like? What is the exterior of your business? So take photos of even how the exterior of your business looks like. And then you can take even photos of the street where you're located. So if you're in a busy street and I want to make a location visit, so if I go to, I go to that place, so I go to that street and I look at your photos, I'll be able to know this photo shows that this business is supposed to be either downtown and the outside of the shop looks like this. So people can easily identify you. And then you need to input your opening hours. What time do you open? What time do you close, right? Do you open over the holiday? Do you open over the weekend? Sometimes if you decide, you know what, we always open during the weekend, but next weekend we are closing for renovation. You can update that as well on your profile so that potential clients don't, visit your store and find that you're closed. So it's very important to keep your prospects updated. And then your business information, I talked about this. So you can also input, if you have deliveries, you can indicate you have deliveries, you offer deliveries, you offer takeouts. It's very important. So assuming you're a restaurant and you don't update that, and I go to your profile, I'll only assume that you only take walk-in clients, all right? So by the time I decide to call and ask, it's a bit hectic. So you can indicate if you're offering free delivery, if you're offering takeouts, any additional service that you're offering, you need to update that. So how do you stay competitive with the Google business profile? You get to make informed marketing decisions. So remember when you started the session, I said you're able to see how many people clicked on your profile, the kind of posts they interacted with, what time. It even boils down to what time they interacted with the post or what time they came to your profile. So you can make decisions around that. If they interacted with videos more than static posts, then you can decide, you know what, I'll start posting more videos, all right? And then you can learn from the successes and mistakes of others. You can look at your competitor's profile and see why do they have a 5-star rating. So you see, it's because they have really positive reviews. So you can start, you can go back and think, you know what, maybe I should start encouraging my clients to drop their reviews as well to improve my rating. So you get to learn from the successes and mistakes of others. You understand what services to offer customers, obviously, from feedback that you get and from posts that they interact with. You get to identify how to stand out from the crowd. So this gets to optimization. How well have you optimized your profile? And then you also get to discover industry trends and customer preferences. So just examples of, previous businesses that created the Google business profiles and how well it worked for them. So there's Inveli Designs. Obviously, they optimized their profile. They're a clothing brand. They optimized their profile, input their business information, did product photos, created a free website. So in the first 10 days of setting up their profile, they were able to get 1.5K views, all right? They were able to hire 2 employees, and then 30% find in value listing was searching for a category, product, or service. So people who found the listing either searched for a product or service that Inveli Designs deals with. So assuming they didn't even know they didn't even know about the existence of Inveli Designs. So they maybe searched for, African contemporary wear. And that's what Inveli Designs deals with. So they were able to be visible to their prospects. And then there's also Juma Tours, who also obviously decided to set up their profile. They optimized their profile, shared information. So they got, in the first week of setting up their profile, they got 89 listing visits. All right. Imagine 89 people visited their profile in the first week of creation. They got to hire 3 employees. So that's also job creation. 56% of clients found the business via generic searches. And then 53% of clients found the business listing on search. So you can see the advantages that the Google business profile had on these 2 businesses. That's Juma Tours and Inveli Design. So you need to ask yourself, how do I set up mine? How do I optimize mine to make it work for me as well? All right. So do I have any questions up to that point? Do I have any questions? Yes, please. Okay, thank you, Larissa. I think Larissa was responding to when I was asking whether you can see me. Do I have any questions? So if there are no questions, also please indicate no questions so that I know we are ready for us to move to the next part of the session. Okay, so if there are no questions, please indicate no questions as well so that you can move to the next part of the session. If there are no questions, please indicate no questions so that you can move to the next part of the session. Hi, Oluchi. How are you? It's nice to have you here. Hi, Betty. It's nice to have you here again. Okay, so we'll move on to the next part of our session, planning your digital marketing strategy. We've looked at what the Google business profile is. We've looked at how you can get started with your profile. We've looked at different examples of profiles and how well it worked for those businesses. So now you're going to look at how to plan your digital marketing strategy. So when we started the session, I asked you about what kind of marketing tools you've used before. All right. So this is more or less the same question. What type of marketing have you used previously? So what type of marketing have you used previously? You can drop your responses in the chat section. Please feel free to drop your response in the chat section. Please feel free to drop your response in the chat section. What type of marketing have you used previously? So we can see this traditional marketing. Let me see. Do I have any responses? Any responses? Any responses? Any questions? So Lauren is there interacting with you. I'm also I'll be coming back 1 or 2 times to look at your responses, to look at any questions that might have been missed. So under marketing, there's traditional marketing. We all know there's newspapers, there's magazines, there's TV, there's radio, all these things. They're all traditional marketing. And then under digital marketing, we have search ads. So that is search engine marketing. I remember if you joined the previous class, the creating your digital marketing plan, we looked at the 6 channels of digital marketing: search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing, content marketing, display marketing, and email marketing. So digital marketing could be either of those: search ads, video ads, display ads. And the difference between digital and traditional marketing is digital marketing is usually low cost because it's dependent on your budget. How much do you have? All right. How much do you have? So it's dependent on your budget. Traditional marketing is very costly. Previously, like last month, I wanted to do a press release, and I went to look at the different charges from different news outlets, and it was to the tune of almost 100,000 for a small space just for a press release. So traditional marketing is usually very costly, and it's one way. You don't get feedback from people. If I have a TV ad running or a billboard or a radio, I'm not even able to know the number of people who saw that ad or what are their thoughts on the ad. All right. But with digital marketing, it's interacting and engaging. So people comment on your ad or people reach out to you. You're able to track interaction. You're able to track how well it's working out for you. And then with digital marketing has a high ROI, and with traditional marketing, short-term results. So I've talked about being able to measure digital marketing. You're able to see whether it's working out for you or not. So I decided to run search engine marketing on my site, right? But I can see I'm not getting the conversion that I'm looking for. I'm not getting traffic to my website. I'm not getting website sales. So what do I need to do better? All right. Is it my ad copy that is wrong? Am I targeting the wrong people? You're able to know, right? So it's easy to measure whether it's working out for you or not. And then with digital marketing spreads far and wide, obviously, because with the internet, you get to reach people far beyond where you're located. All right. And then traditional marketing, obviously, payments are tangible. But the thing with digital marketing, it is time consuming. You need to put a lot of work into it. All right. So it takes time before it converts. Do you understand? So the different types of digital marketing, I've just mentioned this. The search engine marketing, which is when you decide to do paid ads on your website. Social media marketing, so it's normally social selling, or you decide to do social advertising. Then there's display marketing, so running your ads on different websites across the internet, not necessarily your own. It's like when you go to the betting sites, you can see different ads for different businesses. So there are banner ads, there are pop-up ads. So those are display ads, and it's usually good for awareness, for brand awareness. Then there's content marketing. If you want to do blogs, if you want to do guides, you want to do videos, you want to do infographics, and then there's email and SMS marketing, right? And then there's email and SMS marketing. So reaching the right people at the right time with Google Ads. Now this is search engine marketing. We can see, if you're looking at data, 87.3% of searches are conducted on Google. Most people go to Google to either search for a product or service before they do anything. Like right now, even if I want to buy a phone or anything, assuming it's a phone, I'll go online and look at the phones that are new, look at the features, look at the prices, compare between different businesses, and then 63% of people have clicked on Google ad. So the best thing with search engine marketing, when you're running Google ads on your site, you pay to appear at the top. So when someone makes a search, because most people usually click on the first, usually the top listings. So you pay to appear there. So you increase your chances of people clicking on your ad. Obviously, increases your website traffic and increases your website sales. So how do you get started with signing with Google Ads? The link to the Google Ads will be shared in the chat section. So you click log on to your Google Ad account, sign up. It's free, remember. So when you're setting up the account, and then you want to run ads. So there's a button for click campaign. So you choose click campaign, then you choose new campaign. It's a step-by-step basis, so it's easy to follow. So you can choose new campaign. It will show you who do you want to target, what's your target audience, what is your location, what is your ad copy. So ad copy is what do you want people to see when they what do you want what do you want, how do you want your ad to appear, what do you want people to see when they click on that ad. All right, so it's usually step by step and easy, but you need to understand what is your end goal. What do you want to achieve with the ad? Do you want awareness? Do you want engagement? Do you want conversion? What do you want to achieve? All right, I've talked about location. Where do you want to, I mean, where do you want your ad to appear? Is it just in Accra or in the other towns in Accra? Is it in the different countries? You want your ad to appear also in Nigeria? Or where do you want your ad to appear, right? And then what is your message? So when you're creating your message, use keywords. So you need to do a lot of research on keywords. So you're using keywords. Keywords are terms that people use to either search for a product or service. So you need to do a lot of research on keywords. So because with Google Ads, there's a lot of bidding. So they do bidding on keywords. So you need to use keywords, really good keywords. And then what is your budget? Is it $50? Is it $100? How long do you want your ad to run and then go live? Right? So I've talked about telling us your goal. I've said this. What is your goal? Do you want to get called? Do you want to increase visit? Do you want to drive people to your website? What do you want to achieve at the end of the ad? Where do you want to advertise? What is the location? Which location are you targeting, right? And then what is your message? What do you want people to see when they click on your ad? Is it, if you're a college and you have maybe January intake coming up, do you want people to know about January intake? So you can indicate January intake, sign up for January intake, register for January intake, things like that. And then what is your budget? Obviously, I've talked about this. How much do you have? How long do you want the ad to run? And then go live. All right. So it's very easy. If you get, remember, sign up, click on campaigns, new campaign, get started. So that's how you get started with Google Ads. So up to there, do I have any question? Rosalind Dacha has just joined us. Hi, Rosalind. It's good to have you here. I hope you're well and I hope you're enjoying the session. So also, if there are no questions, please indicate no questions so that I know we are on the same page. If there are no questions, please feel free to indicate no questions. If there are no questions, please indicate no question so that I know we are all ready to move on to the next part of our session. Let me see. Happy to be here. It's happy to, we're glad to have you here, Rosalind. Are there any questions? Do we have any questions, please? Any questions? If no question, also indicates no question. Sometimes silence does not mean consent. Sometimes silence does not mean consent. Do I have any questions? Questions? A minute for questions. Is it a boring class? Are you enjoying the content? Where are we at? I need to get your feedback. It's the same way you need to get reviews from your clients. So where are we at? Are we all on the same page? Do we have an understanding, of how you can get started with planning your marketing strategy? We are all quiet. No question. Thank you, Salim, for that. Thank you, Salim, for that. Thank you for your feedback. So we'll move on to the last part of our session then. We'll move on to the last part of our session, leveraging social media channels and email marketing. We've looked at the Google Business Profile. We've looked at how you can plan your digital marketing strategy. So we're going to look at leveraging on the different social media channels and then how to get started with digital marketing. So which social media channels does your business use? Which social media channels does your business use? If you're using, I just joined, so no question yet. It's okay, Rosalind. So which social media channels does your business use? Which social media channels does your business use? Which social media channels does your business use? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Have you decided to get started with, TikTok? Are you WhatsApp? Which one are you using, right? So as you're dropping your responses, I'll just move on. So with social media, you can generate more sales. You can get social sales. You can get sales from your Facebook, from your Instagram, depending on how well you're packaging your message, depending on how well you've positioned your brand on the online space. And then you also get a lot of brand value, right? So you get a lot of brand value. How do people, what do people know about your business, right? How do people perceive your business? And then you get to improve your marketing, obviously. So there's a lot of analytics involved, even on the social media channels. So if it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you can get the analytics and see what you need to tweak on your marketing and then improve on that. So there are chances of always improving and improvising. So those are the benefits that you get with social media. And if you're looking at organic versus paid social media, what is the difference between the two? Obviously, organic is free. It's the normal posting that we do on our social media, basically social media management. You don't pay. But with paid, you pay for views, you pay for actions, you pay for clicks. And then organic social media, you only reach your followers and their friends. So people will follow you or their friends probably because they've reshared their pages on their feeds or something. And then with paid, you can reach anyone. So assuming I made a search for maybe an iPhone last month, right? And then I have a Rosalind decides, what, I'm now selling Apple products and I'm selling iPhones. So she does an ad on the new iPhone. I mean iPhone 12. So she brings iPhone 12 as one of her products, and she runs a social ad on it. So this ad will appear on my timeline because of my digital footprints. I previously showed interest on it, even if it's 1 month or 2 months ago. My digital footprints already show that I was interested in this product. So Rosalind runs an ad on it. It will appear on my page. So you get to reach people who don't even necessarily follow you. Okay, that's the advantage of social media marketing. Obviously, before you get started, it's just like in search engine marketing. You need to know your audience. Who are you targeting? That's usually the most important thing. So you need to understand your audience. You need to know who are your audience, what is the age of your audience, what content do they consume. But the most important thing is what are their challenges, what are their pain points, so that you can know that you need to position your business as a solution to their pain points. Do you understand? So that's why it's important to know their pain points, to understand their challenges. So it's basically a needs versus solution thing, right? Understand their need and position your business as a solution. So you need to know your customers' demographics, their location, profession, interests, behavior, all these things. It's important to understand. It also helps you with developing your own content, and then choosing your social media channels. So when you understand your audience, you'll know that most of the people that I'm targeting mostly use either Facebook or Instagram. So obviously you will focus your marketing efforts on Facebook and Instagram platforms. So there's no need on putting in so much effort on Twitter, LinkedIn, and it's not converting for you, right? So understanding your audience also helps you to decide on the various social media channels that you can use. And then it's fine, you've understood these are the channels that you need to leverage on, but you need to know, you need to do a lot of engagement. You need to always keep them engaged. So you need to do a lot of photos, post photos. Do you have an event that's coming up? Do you have an event that happened? Do you have a new product that came up? Post videos. You can do blogs. You can decide to do blogs for content marketing, infographics, and also live broadcasts. Okay, so you need to be very engaging. Imagine going to a Facebook page and seeing their last post was maybe January 2022, and you want to buy something from them. You'll even wonder, are these people serious? I don't understand, So you need to be very engaging and post your content regularly. And then if you want to get started with email marketing, remember, email marketing is also a channel of digital marketing. If you want to get started with email marketing, how can it help you? The first thing, you need to identify an email marketing platform. You need to identify an email marketing platform. So if you don't have the resources to purchase, to subscribe to an email marketing platform, you can decide on MailChimp, which is a free platform. So you can go to MailChimp and get started. With MailChimp, you can send like 80 emails in a day. All right. So there's MailChimp. And then if you have the resources to pay for, if you have the resources to pay for these other platforms, you can decide on Active Campaign, you can decide on SendGrid, or you can decide on Drip, right? But with email marketing, you need to have a list of contacts, okay? So you need to have a list of contacts that you're sending emails to. But the best thing with email marketing is that it's very good with remarketing. Email marketing is very good with remarketing. So if you want to cross-sell or you want to upsell, right? So if you have a website, you can link your website to an email marketing platform. You can link your website to, you can have the email marketing platform as a plugin on your website. So you can have it as a plugin on your website. And we looked at, in the first session on building your brand and selling online, we looked at how the different websites where you can get plugins. All right. So you can plug in the email marketing platform on your website, and then maybe have an inquiry form on your website. So people who are interested in getting anything from you, they can fill the form. So you collect emails from them, and then you can email them. All right. So you need to build a list of relevant contacts. So when you're also looking at your list of contacts, you need to segment them according to their various interests. All right. So if you maybe your business that deals in a wide variety of goods, right? You can't just send emails out to someone who hasn't even shown interest on that, like just sending bulk emails out to all the list. You need to segment them according to their interests. All right. And then you need to personalize emails. Dear Beryl, dear Larissa, dear Lauren. All right. So most people like to feel important. People like to feel important. And then keep your content useful and brief. Don't do a lot. I said even this when we were looking at setting up your Google business profile. You don't use a lot of words. All right. So that's what you need to do. How to get started with your email marketing. I've talked about segmenting and grouping. All right. It helps you curate relevant content per the segment, and then you need to do a lot of testing. So I've decided to get started with MailChimp. All right. I need to test it out and see how my email appears on phone, on laptop, on the tablet. I need to test and see how it appears. I don't want a distorted looking email sent out to my clients. So because I need to look professional and serious. And then you can also measure the open and click rates to optimize your campaigns. So you need to measure also, have people opened your email, you're able to get that information. So what is the open and click rate? So imagine sending out 100 emails in a week, and then you're seeing that only one person opened and clicked on the email. So 1 out of 100, that's not good statistics. So you can always ask yourself, what do I need to do better to ensure that I have people opening my emails? What do I need to do better? Is it my content that's bad, or what is it? All right. So that's how you get started with email marketing. Do I have a question again? Okay. So also remember to fill in the certificate link. Remember to fill in the certificate link. Input your correct name as you want it to appear on your certificate. Don't include any typos, so that we can have your correct name on the certificate. So Roslyn said, I tried creating one and got suspended even before I could finish creating it. I tried filling a complaint form and they're requesting for my business registration documents. Yes, Rosalind. So when your account gets suspended, you need to send your business documents for validation. So you can decide to send a copy of your business registration certificate, or you can send a utility bill. So you can also send a utility bill. All right. It could be a utility. Maybe you are invoiced for electricity bill, invoiced for water bill. All right. So you can also send a utility bill just for them to validate. All right. Awesome. So any question, any question? So remember to sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. I talked about this when we started the session. You get to learn, it's a chance to learn a lot of things and it's free. You don't want to miss it. All right. The link will also be shared. Learn about different funding options available, learn about pitching, learn how to increase your revenue as a business. You stand a chance to learn so many things. There's mentorship opportunities also available in the Google Hustle Academy. And then if you want to learn on your own, I need to learn more about search engine marketing. I need to learn more about social media marketing. You can go to learndigital.google.com/digital skills/courses and learn on your own. And you still get certified. Can you imagine? So don't miss that chance. The link will also be posted in the chat section. You can follow us on our social media: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Digital Skills for Africa, or Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Impact Her. Which basically brings us to the end of our session. Basically brings us to the end of our session. So let me see, have I missed any question? I know I have responded to Rosaline. Do I have to be a registered business to use Google Business Profile? No, you don't need to be a registered business. Yes. Okay. I hope we have all enjoyed the session. I hope you liked the session and I hope you found the session insightful. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to fill in the certificate link. Remember to fill in the certificate link. So that's it for today. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye. Goodbye.